Thanks, Goose. All right, Barjo, are you ready to see what Darren and I got up to at E3?
I was born ready, Hex.
Roll the tape, Kerry!
Hi guys, I'm here in Los Angeles, America at the Electronic Entertainment Expo where they announce all the biggest new games for the next year. So I'm really excited to see what's out there for me to play and which devs I can chat to. So excited. Ooh!
I think I talked to you 2 E3s ago with the LEGO Marvel Superheroes, the first one.
Right.
So this is effectively the spiritual successor, but it's not a direct sequel. Whereas the first game was more like Marvel broadly, this is much more Avengers focused, and it's like celebrating everything Avengers from comics and movies.
Oh, great.
The core nuts and bolts are the same. The thing with Avengers is it's more focused on we're encouraging people to actually team up Avengers together for combat special moves, puzzle solutions where you have to have two Avengers work together to do something. And this time round as well, the voices are all from the movies, so it's kind of a bit more authentic.
Three. Such excitement! Oh, history is being made all around us.
My sensors indicate that Hex is nearby. Closer. Closer.
Hello! I finally found you, Hex.
Hey, Darren. Listen, do you mind just going and doing some dev interviews while I play some games?
Oh, not at all. I'd love to. Have fun.
Hello, Douglas. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Darren.
First of all, I have to perform a noob scan.
Oh, is that gonna hurt?
Perhaps. We'll wait and see. Scanning now.
Okay.
Scan complete.
You are noobite free.
Oh, excellent.
We've seen so many new characters added to the LEGO franchise. Are there any limits for them?
There are no limits in LEGO Dimensions. You can play as Batman if you want to. You can play as Scooby-Doo, or Marty McFly, or Zane from Ninjago. You can play as the Wicked Witch. There's no limits. It's really up to you to decide who you want to play with, when you want to play with them, and where you want to play them.
Are there any robots in it?
Oh, there's definitely some robots in this game. I don't know, have you ever heard of Cybermen?
Please, Doug.
Well, they're technically cyborgs, but that's a good start.
We've also got a special appearance by one very important AI by the name of GLaDOS from the Portal series. I don't know if you two have ever met. Is that possible?
Your rule breaking just now made me realize how much I miss my last test subject.
Is there any other feature that you're particularly excited for gamers to experience?
What I'm really excited about is the toy pad, because this is completely new. It's a whole new way to interact with your toys and with the game. And through the toy pad, you get to actually move your characters around throughout the game to solve different puzzles and mix different colors together. It's really fun.
So now, depending on where you walk, this will change from green, which means you're going in the right direction, to red, which means you aren't. You found it. So this is what you've located. It'll open up a rift to another place, and someone's going to come and help you.
Who's gonna come and help me?
Well, that's the surprise.
Homer Simpson!
Doug, I am not just any presenter, and so you must give me a world exclusive.
Oh gosh, a world exclusive. Okay, let me think here. Well, you know, I'm not really allowed to talk too much about our Doctor Who experience just yet, but I'm gonna give you an exclusive and let you know that there's more than one Doctor in our game. Think about that.
Doug, congratulations. I'd like to award you and LEGO Dimensions the award for Best in Show.
Oh my gosh, Darren, thank you so much. I feel so honored. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank my dog. I'd like to thank my cousin. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's me. What was saying? I love these new blue portly things.
Guardian is your giant boss creature. That's the main objective of the game, is to protect your Guardian and kill their Guardian. So right now, it looks like you're okay, but you can see that there are no enemies in the area. So you're actually fine now. But if there were enemies coming in to attack, this is where you'd want to be to defend this.
Yeah, sure.
The character you're playing, HK206, his playstyle kind of revolves around his Fortify ability, which is the turret mode. So you're basically constantly looking for good places to set up shop and become a turret.
Here's where the fun begins.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show. Before we can go any further, I have to do a noob scan. Scanning.
Whoa. All right.
You are free of noobery.
All right. That's good to know.
What have you learned from making Disney Infinity 1.0 and 2.0, and how are you incorporating these lessons into 3.0?
Well, we found that turning to our fans is a really great way to figure out which new characters we should add to the game. You know, in the second game, we took a poll and people wanted Stitch in the game, and we actually added Stitch in the game largely because we heard from our community that that's who they wanted. So we look at all the characters that we can add, and we try to get as many of the fan favorites in the game.
Are there any robots in the game?
Oh, of course. I mean, you've got Star Wars droids like C-3PO and R2-D2, as well as a bunch of battle droids that you can fight against.
Now, I'm not just any robot. I demand a world exclusive.
I saw that coming, and I wanted to let you guys know that you can actually play on the AT-ST from Star Wars and jump in and control it and shoot whatever you want of your enemies in the toy box. There's a bunch of other ships from Star Wars too that you can pilot, like TIE Fighters, the Millennium Falcon, even Boba Fett's Slave One.
Oh, this is crazy! All right. Yay! So I just had a go at Sony's Project Morpheus, which is their VR headset. The game that I played was Playroom VR, and I was basically in the body of a monster. When I looked down, I could see my own tail and everything, and I had to kind of go crashing through the city, and you know, I could turn my head left and right to knock buildings down. And then there's a kind of multiplayer element where other gamers can get on and use a game controller to try and throw objects at me, and I had to dodge them and things like that. It was really cool. It's a cool application of the technology. I'm excited to see where it goes, and this game was really fun to play.
Check this out. Entering Corneria's orbit.
You move with the left stick, but to actually aim, you use the gyro sensor the way you gamepad. So
to aim the... Oh, okay, right.
So the idea is that this is your cockpit view. So if you're flying and you want to kind of look what's around you, if you look on the gamepad here, and you like look out to the left, and then you're still flying straight on here.
How do I do a barrel roll?
Tap left and right.
So I think what's great about Star Fox is quite often with Wii U games, the gamepad doesn't seem to feature enough. So they've really gone out of their way to make the gamepad functionality something that you use in a completely different way to what you see on the big screen. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and I think fans will definitely be impressed. All right, so I've completed my level. Now I'm gonna play it. I'm probably gonna die. Classic Mario. What did I put in here again? Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Flying fish, go away. No! All right, this is the same level, but I'm just gonna change the world. I'm gonna go Super Mario Brothers U. Look at that, it's the same level, but it's all like newified. This is Yokai Watch. It's about a boy called Nate who has a special watch that allows him to see yokai within the world, which are kind of little spirits that can inhabit people and make them feel not so great. So you have to go around the world and use your watch to find the yokai, and then you can defeat them, and then you can use them to battle other yokai. So it's a really cool game mechanic. When you send them out to battle, you use the left and right buttons to rotate your team of yokai to the back or to the front. If they get injured, you can keep rotating them and heal them if you need to. And there's little mini games that you can play within the battle to be able to charge up the ability to fight. So there's kind of a lot of different things going on. It is turn-based combat, but there is that real-time element as well with the little mini games. So that's really interesting. Well, that is it for E3 2015, guys. It is all over, and I am exhausted. Now I'm just gonna find Darren because I'm pretty sure he has my passport. Oh man, this could be a problem. Darren? Darren?
Thanks, Goose. All right, Hex, are you ready for our E3 Expo report?
What do you mean, our report?
Well, I missed my flight, and Darren was kind enough to fly me over. He even helped out with some interviews.
Affirmative. Oh, by the way, Barjo, you've been flying with me so much, you now have enough Darren Flyer miles to earn yourself 1/2 of 1/10 of 1/2 of 1/8 of a cheese sandwich.
Oh, getting there, Darren.
It's an entire crumb. Oh, anyway, roll the tape, Kerry.
Okay, Darren, I'm a bit nervous about this. Are you sure it's going to be okay?
Barjo, trust me.
All right. I'm just stretching a bit. Okay, you ready, Darren?
Affirmative. 3, 2, 1.
Is there a meal?
Where is it? Blast off!
Oh, Darren, are you sure about this?
Affirmative! Hold on!
I'm gonna get so much jet lag flying with you.
Oh, I've got a solution for that. We just traveled through the cheese toasty dimension.
Okay, let's go!
Entering cheese dimension. Engaging cheese drive.
Oh, Darren.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful, so peaceful.
Right, time to leave.
Okay.
Back to normal space. Hold on.
I can see it, Darren. I can see E3. I can see the expo. Let's go.
Prepare to decelerate. Engaging landing mode. Here we are, safe and sound at E3.
Darren, that was one intense
what's
ride.
that over there?
All right, let's go interview some developers and play some games. Where's he gone? That robot?
Ooh, Iron Man. Let's have a look at this.
Darren, it's been so good to see you. Where have you been?
Oh, I had a long flight. Now, tell me about Marvel superheroes.
We are bringing all of the Marvel characters from the Avengers and Spider-Man into the Disney Infinity Universe. And we have got an entire new moves, they've got an entire new story, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
What is Spider-Man doing with the Avengers? What's going on?
Well, Spider-Man and the Avengers can team up in the toy box, but Spider-Man has his own playset that you get to play through, and it has its own unique story for him. We also have 2 new gameplay experiences for the toy box itself. One is called Defend Asgard, which is a tower defense type of game, and the other one is a dungeon crawl game similar to a Diablo style where your camera is top down, but you get to play those with any of your Marvel characters in the toy box.
Thank you for your time. I shall now bombard you with my thank you laser. Are you ready?
I'm ready, let's go. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Darren.
His interpretive dancing is really coming along. He's captured the feel of the music.
Oh, Darren! Darren, come have a go!
Negative. I have work to do. Time to interview.
Hi, Darren. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Tell me about Disney Fantasia.
Fantasia is this amazing musical adventure where you get to play the role of a sorcerer's apprentice. If you remember Mickey standing on the cliff conducting the heavens, now's your chance to get up there and change music like you've never done before.
Tell us about how you interact with this game.
It's really simple. Imagine you're almost like a magical conductor. You go to all of these magical realms, and there's 10 of them in the game. So as you travel through these realms, you get to play amazing songs, and you change them. It's not just playing along, you're remixing them and saving them. So not only is that multiplayer, so you can have your friends over and remix songs together, you can take those songs, save them, and share them on YouTube. So really create a community all around the world.
This game uses the Kinect. Will it recognize robots?
I think that the Kinect 2 on the Xbox One has been tuned for robots. So I think you're pretty lucky there. Like Xbox, you know, really sort of thought hard about robots and their desire to play the game, and they've really brought them on board now.
You just avoided being lasered.
That's a relief.
Chris, because you've answered all my questions, not only have you avoided being lasered, I shall now award you this wonderful rosette.
Oh, Darren, this is fantastic. It's the first award this year, and it's going to be a pride of place at home. And I'm just glad I didn't get lasered.
For now.
Tell us about Sonic Boom. This is a third-person Sonic. We haven't seen that in a little while.
Yes, it's a cooperative game. So our main goal was to have a family play experience and friends play experience, sitting down on the couch together, where you're playing one person on the main screen and the second person, if they have to, on the DRC. We didn't want a scenario where the first person who selected Sonic had the best experience, and the other players who selected Amy or Knuckles or Tails felt like they were second-class citizens. So we worked really hard to make sure that the other characters had a lot of personality.
How do you design a game where all the characters can move so fast?
That's a great question. That was one of our biggest challenges, and we wanted to make sure that to honor the spirit of what Sonic is, we had to have fast running and roads in the game. We see speed as joyous movement, and I think that's where a lot of people have been surprised by the balance of combat, which is also new, with road running and fast motion.
Darren, wait there.
Negative.
Don't you go away, robot.
I have press conferences to attend. There's no time. Let's get to the conference.
We are the moment.
Hello, Sarah. I am Darren.
Hi.
Tell us a bit about Little Big Planet 3.
Well, Little Big Planet 3 is out on PlayStation 4 for the very first time. Sackboy's back and he's got all new friends. He's got Toggle. Toggle can become big and strong Toggle, and he can push things, he's nice and heavy. Little Toggle is small and light, but a bit nippy. He's got Oddsock, who's like a kind of sack dog. And he can jump off walls and run really fast. And he's got Swoop, who can fly and pick things up.
Can we still make our own levels?
Absolutely, you can create brand new levels. We've got over 60 new tools for people to create with, but all of the 8.7 million levels that we've had made before are all playable on PlayStation 4.
Are there any robots in the game?
There are some Sackbots, yes.
Sackbots? Tell me about them.
Sackbots are what we have in Create, and you can use the Sackbots and give them special abilities. You can make them like Toggle or Oddsock or Swoop. Create your own little Sackbot adventure.
Will I be able to make a giant version of myself?
You could definitely make that. You can make 2 giant versions of Darren, and they could both play together. It sounds a bit scary.
Oh, Darren, I'm so glad I found you. I've just scored an interview for Lego Batman 3. I'm so excited, but I have to go to the bathroom first. So you wait here, and then I'll go do it, okay?
Affirmative.
Don't go anywhere.
Negative. Now's my chance. Interview time, interview time.
I'm here for the Batman review of the... Oh,
Nothing to see here, Barcho.
Just
wait outside. As a good human. Don't worry about him. Now, tell me about the story in Lego Batman 3.
So, Lego Batman 3 basically takes us on an adventure in space.
I've been to space many times, obviously. But how are you implementing it in the game?
Yeah, we're doing some crazy physics. We're doing stuff with gravity, we're changing things around, we're making the flight feel a bit weird. We're going to do some anti-gravity, asteroid field shooting, but as well, we're also going to have classic platforming that people expect from LEGO games.
I've heard you've changed how the suits work. Explain.
So, LEGO Batman 3 sees sort of like a whole change in the suits. We now have, like, on-the-spot changing. So, at any point in time, as Batman, Robin, Lex, Luthor and Joker, you can bring up a wheel of suits. And you can pick and change your suits, you can quick flick through them. We've got classic suits from LEGO Batman 1 and LEGO Batman 2, and then a whole range of new ones.
Is that a new spacesuit? Your suit looks really good, is all I'm saying. One hero to another, it's really working for you.
For your superb work on this game, I have decided to award you a Darren Rosette.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you, Darren. Brilliant.
Oh, you're welcome.
Darren, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. Now, come on, we're playing some Nintendo games. This is Yoshi's Woolly World. It's very cute and very adorable. All right, Darren, you want to play some Smash Brothers now?
Affirmative. Oh dear, you're in trouble, Barjo. Oh, I've got you on the ropes now.
It's almost over, Darren. I don't think that went very well for me.
I won! I won!
Yes, I know you won. You're very good. You're very good. Well done. All right, time to play Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. This is a little puzzle game. And we're going to do the minecart level. So you can use the gyro to move around and look, or you can just use the controller as well. It's a really cool idea, though. It feels really good just moving around looking. Oh, 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 we made it. Oh. I'm playing Kirby's Rainbow Curse, which is a claymation stylus-based game. So we use the screen here to draw a path for Kirby, and then we just tap Kirby. I just love Kirby. Like all these games, they just make me so warm and happy to play. Now, when does the wheels fall?
Well, it looks like you had a great time over there, Barjo.
Yeah, so many games, Hex. Ah! Right, enough dilly-dallying. It's time for you two to answer the Spawnlings questions. At the Ask Good Game desk. Off you go. Hex, don't make us wait any longer.
Yeah, show us what you got to see at E3.
Relax, guys. Roll tape. Okay, Spawnlings, I'm here at the Electronic Entertainment Expo for 2013. I've got my media pass. Let's go see some games.
Getting special access. I'm allowed to sit in the car. No one else is, so I'm going to do it really quickly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi, thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you. Where's Darren?
Oh, I'm so sorry. He couldn't actually make it.
All right, that's fine.
Sims are a little trickier for newcomers. How do you endeavour to find balance between making games accessible to people who are interested in looking at Sims to catering to the hardcore market?
Absolutely. We've always had a philosophy of one-button driving. So for the past few games, we have assists that we apply on top of our physics engine. So we'll do things like we have a driving line that you can follow. We also have a braking assist that if you turn it on, you know what, it's going to know, hey, you're coming into this corner a little fast. We're going to slow down automatically for you. And then we also have a steering assist. So as you're taking turns too wide, it's going to go, let me push you back in a little bit.
What's is there one element of the game in particular that you're most looking forward to players experiencing?
Honestly, I think when people get to see the P1 and our feature called Forza Vista, where we allow you to fully explore every single car in the game, you really learn a lot.
We've arrived here at Disney, so I might just take this baby for a spin. Go! I think it's busted. some of the play sets and what kind of things that players can get up to with all these little Disney characters?
We've got Lone Ranger, which we just showed you a little bit of today. We've got Monsters University, we've got Pirates of the Caribbean, Incredibles, and Cars. That's 5 play sets, and there's more to come. Now, what's important is that each one of these play sets actually offers a different gameplay experience. So in Pirates of the Caribbean, you're actually going to be doing sword combat, and you're also going to be sailing ships. And in Monsters University, it's all about pranking, and there's a ton of fun customization and scaring that you do in there as well. Incredibles, think of it like almost like Crackdown. It's this big, awesome open world with superheroes. You can run around and do so many different things. But what's important is that we're offering unique gameplay mechanics into every one of those play sets. So it's not just a cookie cutter new level.
It seems your time has run out.
Project Spark is a creative application that we've come together to allow people of any age and any technological know-how the ability to create, with the hopes that we open up the barriers, take down the walls of creative applications, so people can come in and tell stories and make games and just maybe make a nice looking level that they just are really proud of and share to their friends or their family. As art director, I really love our style, and I love the beauty of our game. And so I really want people to be able to sit down and quickly and easily make something they're proud of. So you can sit down, you can make something, you hit that play button, you're in the game, and you feel really good about what you've made. And the next thing you want to do is send it out there. You want to share it, you want to send it out to the community and name it and tell people where to find it, because you just feel good about what you've done. And I think that alone is what I want people to experience.
How are you?
Where's Darren?
Sorry, he couldn't make it.
Really? So in Scribblenauts Unmasked, we have a feature called the Hero Creator. The Hero Creator is a sort of a superhero maker. You can combine different parts from Batman, Superman, all your favorite superheroes, supervillains. You can give them superpowers, and you can create sort of your own superhero, and then you can trade them, with other people around the world. Scribblenauts games have traditionally been about puzzles and coming up with a set of objects, and this time around we've made the gameplay a lot more action-centric. So we have combat controls. Being a superhero game, it's definitely appropriate to run around and sort of defeat supervillains.
Do you have a favorite go-to word that you tend to use when you're playing?
For this version of Scribblenauts, the holdable adjective is very useful. Carrying people back and forth. Certain adjectives like sleeping or flying. For Maxwell, supersonic is always helpful to get you quickly across the map.
Hi, Guha. Let's talk about Skylanders.
Okay, well, where's Darren?
Darren, you know what? He actually couldn't make it, but I'm here.
Oh, I was really hoping to meet Darren.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us what's new with Skylanders?
Sure.
Iron Jaw Gulch is somewhere to the west. East. Either way, we're heading in the wrong direction. Probably. You know what? It'll be fun.
Skylanders Swap Force, we have an all-new adventure to play, and we're going to take you to the Cloudbreak Islands. And this is a magical place with a magical volcano. The volcano erupts every 100 years to replenish the magic in the Skylands. And there's a brave group of Skylanders responsible for defending the Cloudbreak Islands, as well as the volcano. And in an epic battle, they got blasted apart, caught up in the eruption. And they got these brand new powers and became the Swap Force. They were able to swap their top and bottom halves, where the top part determines how you fight, and the bottom part determines how you move. And all of your characters, all of your Skylanders in the past games will work and are bigger and better than ever. All of your Skylanders, the new ones as well as the old ones, can jump. The giants look big and powerful and are totally awesome. Really, the point of mixing and matching is to find the right combination for your playstyle and also for the tactical situation. My favorite thing about the game is I can make the game fit for me. I can pick the character that I want and play the way I want as well. And I really like it that I can bring my entire collection forward as well.
I feel like he has better hair than me. hi, Daniel. Thanks so much for being on the show.
No, it's fine. Where's Darren?
Oh, Darren actually couldn't make it, so do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Okay. The whole story is that the humans are being attacked by goblins, and the humans have no idea where they've got all these sort of weapons from. So Knack is a robot that's created by our Doctor character, and he joins an expedition with some other human characters, basically to find out, how the goblins got hold of all these weapons and try and put an end to the conflict. You can bash down buildings or walls, depending on, what size of Knack that you are. And in some of those, you'll find treasure chests, okay? Now, in the treasure chest, you're going to get a random object. Now, that object could be, there's all these collections, so you can collect parts of gadgets that will help you on your quest, but you can also collect things that will let you unlock new versions of Knack. Like we have a vampire Knack, and we have a sunstone Knack, and some other versions as well. And you can use those for when you play through the game again. Now, the thing is, you get a random object. But when you open that chest, if your friends have already opened that chest before, you can get what object they picked up. So the more friends you have playing, the more objects you get to choose from.
Hi, Siobhan. I thought I'd find you here.
Where's Darren?
Everyone's asking this. He couldn't come. He's going to stay home and host the show. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, well, let's talk about Tearaway.
Okay, let's do that. Tearaway is at its heart an adventure game, and it's basically the story of a little messenger, and the messenger's name is Iota, if you want to choose the boy messenger, or Atoir, who is our lady messenger. And the game begins with them sort of trying to come out of the game world and deliver a message directly to the player, but it just doesn't work. It fails. And so the player and Atoir or Iota fall back in the world together, and this sort of whole relationship between you, the player, and Atoir or Iota develops at that point. So you, as the outside force, can do things like there are certain areas where you're able to actually stick your fingers using the back touch actually into the game world. It actually feels really intuitive and good. You also can use the back touch to drum. So there's a lot of areas where we use sort of a drumming mechanic. We also use the microphones. There's some challenges where you need to record some voice. And also your breath sort of breathes in like particles and confetti into the world. By the time you've actually set all of that up and you've done it, it's a really good.
Well, Nintendo may not have had a press conference this year, but I think you can see they still have a massive presence at E3 and a really strong lineup of games, so let's check some out.
This is the shared item down here, so basically if anybody wants to use one of those items in reserve, then they can use that at any time. So now we've actually got 4 cat suits in reserve, so if we do lose that item, then any one of us at any time can kind of use that. I guess just having the different control styles for each of the characters makes it a little bit more dynamic rather than the sort of new Super Mario Brothers U or Wii where all the characters control exactly the same. So
yeah.
It's going to be a little bit different. People will be fighting for whoever they like the best, but each one's got their advantages and disadvantages.
You know this little air run that I do? I love how Toad's catsuit is kind of squat and short.
You want to touch these tiles to light them up to get bonus points? You can actually touch the gamepad to do it.
It's pretty cool. Oh, look what's down here. Oh, yes.
So this is one of the new features called anti-gravity. The mechanics are a little bit different as well, a little bit like the hovercraft mechanics in Diddy Kong Racing back in the day.
Damn those banana peels, somebody left those in a clever spot.
I'll give you a quick go on the gyro sensor there. So same buttons, but you want to turn like a steering wheel.
Sure, okay. I'm driving on the walls, whoa! Who came first? Who came first? I came first.
We're playing together. You are. So you can team up. If Diddy Kong wants to jump off Donkey Kong's back, you can squeeze the Z trigger. That's exactly right.
Oh, we missed them.
Oh, we got something there.
Yeah, that was the checkpoint there.
The checkpoint.
You can't get up that ledge.
Yeah.
So what we can do is we can press the C button up here to switch between Pikmin and Captain. So if we switch to Captain and then throw the Captain up here, then he'll actually pluck out that Pikmin for you. So there's 3 and you can get her as well.
Wind Waker in HD. It's pretty awesome. Well, that is E3 for 2013. I am exhausted. But what a year, man. New consoles, great games. It's just a great time to be a gamer.